The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives. I'm Debi, your certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's lives by helping them identify the root causes of their health and mindset issues and create a custom natural holistic strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any diseases. I can certainly make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, and enjoy life more. Not many people have released 70 pounds, had a health and mindset transformation, and have kept fit and trim for over a decade. I have, and I have staying power, and it's been over 11 years. I even became a half marathon runner at the age of 51 when I never ran from childhood to adulthood due to foot pain. And I have done 8 half marathons since. And mindset is definitely the key to my lasting change. As a certified holistic health coach, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I guide them to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrients. My coaching is for optimizing health, releasing weight efficiently when needed, and enhancing your mindset. With my coaching with my clients, I help them recognize that their thoughts, feelings, and emotions drive their actions and results. Sometimes good and sometimes bad. That's why it's crucial to have a positive mindset in life. It's also imperative to manage your emotions and release those low vibrational emotions such as fear, frustration, and doubt, because all they're going to do is slow you down and get you stuck and stop you. So, like a hot air balloon that has balances, I help people release their emotional balances and issues, and they uplift to a better, healthier life. In turn, they are releasing their stress and so much more, and they're reshaping their core beliefs. Ask me about my programs, because you'll find out that you'll see and feel the difference that's with them. Set up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives, DebiChangesLives, as in Victory ES.com/Linktree, LINKTREE. And I'll guide you to that better, healthier, happier life with custom solutions for you in the areas of mind, body, and soul. Currently, we are living in uncertain times, and people are losing their jobs, they're stressed, and there's unrest throughout the world. I have a workshop, Empower Your Mind and Life, where you're going to learn how to manage your emotions and release stress. It is this Saturday on June 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific. And go to this site, bit.ly/empower your mind and life. All spelled out as one word with no spaces. And see what the information is about and register for it. People that register will get a recording and offers. Want to uplift, clarity, and direction with your business? I'm excited to have Denise Cambiotti and Evelyn Mulders, co-owners of Business Code Breaker. Denise and Evelyn are long-term colleagues and collaborators in the field of complementary and alternative health, integrated health. And we don't need that yet to do integrated health. And Evelyn is a global renowned author, as well as a teacher and a producer of vibrational medicine. She has dedicated her career into exploring the power of sound and its holistic benefits and sharing a knowledge with a growing community. Denise studied and has applied bioenergetic methods since 1995. Her expertise with her clients helps them to achieve more with less. They both are bioenergetic wellness professionals with the Canadian Association of Energetic Wellness, and both recently were honored with doctorates in the field of complementary and integrated health. We'll be discussing energy healing for business. So let's welcome Denise Cambiotti and Evelyn Mulders, co-owners of Business Code Breaker. Welcome to my show, you two.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
It's my pleasure. And hello, Evelyn.
Hello, Debi, and your listeners.
Thank you. Well, you have come up with a really unique concept here. And how did the two of you come up with blending energy healing with the business world? Who wants to go first?
I think Evelyn will hand that one over to me because during the pandemic, there was structure change in my business, and I knew that it was unbalanced. And because I work with energy with clients in my clinic for supporting them to release blockages they have, interpersonal stuff, pain stuff, your whole energy field can keep you from moving forward with things. And I figured this is going on with my business right now. So I have a background in business, quite a bit of business, and I came up with a spreadsheet of over 370 possible things that could, relate to business. And then I knocked on Evelyn's door and I said, honey, please help me because you know how to muscle test to find out where there's blockages for bodies. I want you to do it for businesses. And then I want you to use your sound essences because I know that they are what will shift any blockages. So her eyeballs went around once or twice with that, right, Evelyn?
Yeah, I'll never forget that day that I was sitting on the couch and you called and you said, what do you think about a business having an energy system? And of course, I'm thinking about the meridians, the chakras, the auric field band, the toric field, the hologram. And I had a real big mind twist because, Denise and I've been in the clinic working with vibrational healing since the 1990s. And the idea that we could support people in their business with the vibration and the tools that we already knew really struck me as just like, Denise, do you think this is possible? And then I'll let you tell the rest of your story.
Well, let's try it. So I'd already done the work of creating a checklist of 7 different pillars of human resources and marketing and clients and customers, environmental, impacts and all these different things. And I says, well, muscle test and let's find out. And so she gave me a session, the first session, and I will never forget the feeling of vitality that flooded my body and that I can do it attitude. It was really, really profound. And I did a reading or two for Evelyn once or twice. And the funny thing is you might want to dodge something, but Evelyn will say, yeah, there was something I was wanting her to measure metrics and do things. This is what it says. And she's going, nope, I don't do it like that. So I went, okay, after nagging her a little bit about, really, really, come on, this is probably important for you. We went to a different pillar. We found another thing and it came up from a different direction again. You need to pay attention to some metrics. And we're not talking high level corporate metrics. It's just some basic stuff. So she had a real good giggle. And what happened within the week after that session, Evelyn?
Yeah, I just, Denise and I go back a long ways, so we have a pretty good connection. And she was getting on my nerves, asking me these questions, and I could feel myself getting kind of like frustrated. And I just wanted to tell her off. And I know better than that. And finally, I said, "Okay, it's enough. Don't be digging any deeper into that, because I'm not doing what the muscle testing was showing us to do." And then when it turned out the second time, I had to relax into it. And so I didn't do anything on the computer. And I think that's my biggest resistance, is doing bookkeeping and that on the computer. I'm still a pen and pencil kind of gal. All my manuscripts I still write out by hand, and then I laboriously put them into the computer. But anyways, I took out I printed all my PayPal clients, and I filed them in a book. So I'm doing metrics in my mind. So I put them all in this binder, and I'm flipping through the pages, and I said, okay, I've done my work for the day. Within the next 8 days, I had more orders than I had had in the entire year before. And I was like, there's something magical about that. Just with me having the vibrational shift, working with the essences and doing just a little bit of a step forward, I was able to manifest what it was that was showing up as my block.
Well, it really gave you some clarity, didn't it? And release that block. That's fantastic. And now, Denise, you kind of explained why you wanted to do this, but, why are you doing this energy healing for businesses? And I have kind of an idea by what you guys just said, but could you explain some more?
Since we've been promoting this and visiting with people who come to our master classes, it's just coming up over and over and over. People feel stuck. Business owners feel stuck. They don't know the next step. They don't know what they don't know. And they just, a lot of people believe in energy healing for themselves. And that's a lot of the market, that the participants that show up. There are people that do believe in energy healing for themselves. It might be more mainstream, if you would call acupuncture mainstream, or, they place needles in the meridian pathways. So they're already attuned a little bit to the world of energy and how it can support you. Or some of them are completely involved with the whole idea. Evelyn was using words like chakras and auric levels. And, this is not what most business people are familiar with. The thing is, most people know about vibes. When you walk into the room and you go, ooh, the vibes in here are kind of off. We all can sense that. We've all had that experience. And our businesses have that too. And I absolutely believe, as does Evelyn, I've dragged her down this rabbit hole, that if we can change the vibes or the frequency of something like your aura, things happen easier for you. And not just for the entrepreneur or the soulpreneur, as we call them, the people that put their heart into their work, that's their mission. When you work on the energy field of the business, it puts the I'm open sign out to the world. And we had somebody at last week's masterclass, Evelyn, that gave me feedback yesterday. She was beyond delighted, absolutely beyond delighted. She finally broke through and movements moving in what she was working on. And that's why I do it, because people basically feel stuck.
And that kind of goes with our motto, if you will. We put the intention. So we really look at what the business owner wants to get accomplished. And often it's not business related. Often it becomes very personal. So we hone in to see why are they doing this? What's the juice in that for them? What makes their heart sing? And then offering the vibration creates the manifestation. So we have intention plus vibration equals manifestation. And I know we keep talking about the word vibration, but what we're using with the business code breaker is sound in a bottle. And sound is the healing modality, according to Edgar Cayce, for the 21st century. And so this is something that was bottled in the 1990s. And I know it sounds a little bit off track, but water will capture the vibration of anything that you give it. And you might think about flower essences. All I've done is captured the vibration of sound. And there's specific sounds for specific systems of the energy, what do you call structures? And so it started off with the chakra system. So each one of the 7 chakras has its own vibration. And I've captured the vibration of sound to support those chakras. And I won't go much deeper into it, but that gives you an idea that each one of these layers in the energy structures has a specific sound that's been captured in the bottle. So when you missed it, the energy field of the body grabs that vibration to support your energy field. It's like your body is physical. It has what it needs, but your energy bubble also has an anatomy that needs to be fed. And so when we're applying that to business, it's just a bit of a stretch into the idea that it's all part of you as a soulpreneur.
That's really interesting. I know another naturopath that makes harmonic, solutions for health.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's using flower essences, and you're doing the exact same thing. I should connect you guys. Anyway,
well, that's where my training began, initially as an herbalist, and then I got curious about flower essences. And I've had a flower essence system as well. And then before the turn of the century, I was just intuited to try it with sound, and this has been my life's work now for 27 years.
Yeah. With sound and with water, a calm lake, is very peaceful and calm. And it just brings down someone's, emotional state, so to speak. So I can see how water can bring down someone's vibrational level or bring it up as well. I mean, it depends what it is. I mean, sometimes a fountain sounds kind of, makes you smile. It depends what it is. But that water and sound are very important. They can trigger things as well. But I'm really a water person. I do a lot of things. That's probably why I live near a beach.
Exactly.
So it's very, beaches and waves they have a rhythm, and it's very calming. So that's what's so nice about them. Now, you've been talking about chakras. You've been talking about auric fields. And when it comes to chakras and aura fields, have you described everything that your business Codebreaker does? I know you're working with an individual, and you're working with their chakras, but does a business itself have, certain areas that fall into place, so to speak?
Exactly.
Okay.
That is what Evelyn's mind could say. Well, I can work with somebody in a clinic who's got pain or a problem or something they want to release, but a business? And we do work a lot with the individual to balance them when we work with them. And when I do private one-on-one readings, I always focus on the business name, the energy of the business, what they're putting out in the world. If it's an in-depth reading, we check social media, the website, to see about the vibrational quality that they're putting out there in the world. And, if you see somebody walking around the world and they're all slumped over and looking down, do you want to do business with them? Not really, right? You want somebody that's open and, vivacious and engaging, and you need that energy in the business as well. And even as like Evelyn, all she did was print out all her customers, look at the names and go, oh, maybe I should give them a call next week, right? Didn't even have to do anything, but upgrading the vibration of her metrics system, it just all of a sudden unlocked things. So yes, I propose, and I'm not the only one out there, because I didn't come up with this idea. I had a little niggle of what somebody else was doing. And I went, and Evelyn and I are trained to do that and much, much more. And that's why we go beyond the chakras. We go to the major known energy networks. Because if it if there's a block stuck in your aura somewhere, it trickles down into the business, into the owner. Somehow there's that resistance, and the vibration releases it. I'm sure if you've ever been to a concert that you absolutely love, whatever the music is, whether it's rock and roll or classical, opera, and you sit there and you just go, wow, with it. You resonate with it. I propose that the essences that Evelyn has captured in each of her bottles that are formulated with alchemy building in, it's way beyond the conversationalist talks, what we talk about at the masterclass. But those vibrations and combinations of vibrations can be felt. And we have people from all over the world who have gone, wow, I feel something, I smell something, and they will name what they're picking up. And they could be in Europe or Australia, anywhere in the world. And it's transmitting when we do it over Zoom. It's a really out of the box idea for some people. And if you're already naturally leaning that way, most of your listeners right now would be nodding their head and going, oh, that could be possible, because you felt that resonance when you've been somewhere that's like a concert. It's made you feel really good.
Yes. I know for me, when I experienced one of your classes, I had no idea what you were going to do. But like I said before we got on air, you kind of opened a channel for me that I started exploring, and it was a different way of looking and experiencing certain things in my life. And one thing that has really helped me since then, and with some other things I've been doing, is it's released stress. It's really made me more calm. And I used to talk a mile a minute. I probably still do. But my whole point is I have changed a little bit, since we last met, and I've changed for the better. So you never know until you try something to see what the possibilities are. And I highly recommend one of their master classes just to find out more in depth what they're talking about. Now, when it comes to, you've been doing this for a while. I know you've mentioned some of your clients have really great testimonies. But what else have you noticed?
You want to take that one, Evelyn?
Yeah, it's broadened their horizons on the idea of energy medicine or vibrational remedies, whichever you'd like to prefer. And it's got them interested in delving a little bit deep, like with Denise's spreadsheets, just the curiosity to see where there might be a block, and knowing that they have a vibration that'll support the resonance to help them lift up and move forward in their business. So what have we noticed? We have one facilitator in England, and she's just a fireball. She's got a boat on the Thames, and she's got the sound essence in a travel bag, and she stops from port to port, and she offers these business code breaker balances for people on the dock to come onto her boat. And she does a session just like that, and she stays for a day or two, and then she moves on to the next port. And she's created her whole business because it's all compact with the essences and her spreadsheets, and she's making a huge difference in the people in her world.
That sounds fabulous. I mean, that's what I like about my business. I can do it anywhere. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's wonderful. That's really, she has a fireball for doing that. Going up to somebody that she doesn't even know and just, hey, you interested in
it? They find out about her travels, and they know where to come when she's docked at the port. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
She sends an advance notice somehow that she's traveling through on this itinerary. And we have one that You would call it the Midwest in the United States. Here we call it the prairies in Canada. And she works with real estate agents. And the real estate agents, because it's been a challenging career for a while now, right?
It is now too.
She's working with the real estate agents, and they're wanting to buy these essences to say, well, how do I learn to just use them on a basic level to clear the energy in a house? So they're running around and they're spritzing houses, and the sign, they put the for sale sign out front, because vibration, when it's clear, it attracts.
Yes.
So there's so many ways this is being applied. Somebody else, she comes from a dental hygienist kind of a background, and she knows the challenges that the dental offices have with staff and systems and all these things. And so she's working in that field. And then we've got life coaches and we've got business coaches, and this differentiates them. Right? Because let's face it, if you've been around for the last 5 years and going to online network events, every second person is some kind of a business coach or life coach.
Yes.
And I literally ask them, some of them are really nice people, and I really like you. I trust that you know your thing. What do you do that's different from the other life coaches I've met this week? I've met 5 others. What makes you different, that makes you memorable, that'll make me want to say, you've got something different, that when I run into that right person, I could say, that's the person to send them to. And there are not that many people that really say, I'll work with the energy of your business.
True, because they don't really understand it. I mean, people don't really understand the quantum field, really, to tell you the truth.
Well, business coaches do.
Yeah.
Business coaches, I've known, when I worked in an office once, there were sales managers down the hall from me, and I could hear them sometimes, and they're going, don't you even dare go out and make calls today. You got a lousy attitude today, right? And and I've had a business coach going, you're not making calls today. Your head's not in the game. Your heart's not in the game. I can hear it. Like when we have a Zoom call, he says, don't bother calling your customers. Go out for a walk first or something. So business coaches know about energy to create a sale, to have an environment where it's like, please, will you buy from me? Because I've got to pay my Visa bill in 3 days. You know, that's not the kind of energy you want to put out there. No, so business coaches, sales coaches, they know this. They just don't know that there's an easy way to say, here, let's shake this bottle up to ramp up the vibes and let's send you some vibration.
Now, does everybody have that success via Zoom? Or is it just you guys?
What was the question, Debbie?
With the vibrational essence, does everyone have that success over Zoom, or is it just you guys?
Oh, no. We're living in the quantum. You just said it yourself. We're living in the quantum era.
Yeah, we are.
Before we were on Zoom, I was working with people remotely through the telephone. And so by setting that intention, you just focus on that person and you just send the vibration. Would you like an experiment on your radio show today?
Yeah, why don't you?
Oh. Well, then for yourself and your listeners, I'd just like you just to touch base with yourself and check in on your energy level, just in the clear. We're not going to ask you any questions. Just how are you feeling today? And 0 would be really lousy and 10 would be over the moon. Okay, if you got it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big job, but I'm going to tap into the energy field of the listeners and the listeners later, future listeners, and I'll just ask permission. Do I have permission?
Yes, you do.
And I'm just going to pick one out of the 42 choices that Sound Essence provides. And I'm going to ask, should I ask aloud or should I ask quietly?
It's up to you.
The meridians, they work on the physical level, so I'll check those. No. The chakras work on the emotional level. I'll check those. No. The auric field works on the mental level. That's what we're going to work with. And I may as well talk about the other two levels. We'll come back to the auric field. The next level is your intuitive level. And the final level is your spiritual level, working with the angels. So come back to the auric field. I have 1, 2, 3, the 7th layer. And the label on this is called Stargate, but it's about remembering your magnificence.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
So I always shake up the bottle to attune it to the group that I'm about to work with. And then I mist myself first. And then I gesture my hands as if I'm sending it to you. And if you're open to that, gesture your hands on receiving it from me. So that's remembering your magnificence. I'm feeling like you've got long distance listeners.
I do.
It's going all the way to India. Oh, here we go. Australia. Okay, one more go. Now, when you're back in your body, check in with your energy and just see if you have a different sensation, if you have a different lightness, a different perspective, or just rate your energy level. Is it the same number you started with a minute ago, or has it changed?
Well, it's interesting. I had an experience of a vapor. Does that make sense? So it's like, whoa.
So what was your number to start with?
It was 8.
And what is it now?
It's probably 9, because it was in between 8 and 9, but definitely a 9. But the vapor was like, whoa. It was a wow moment.
You felt something.
I felt something, yes.
So that's what we do. We can do that on a personal level, but what we're advertising or what we're promoting today is Business Code Breaker, where what we do is we find the weak link, if you want, or the blockage in your business. We sort through which energy field is blocked. We offer the vibration, and that helps you move through and manifest your magnificent business.
This probably does, it does work with businesses, but what I'm saying, it probably also works with just somebody that's working with another company that really wants to up-level their progress in the company.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're right on the money.
And things like that. Yeah. And it's more than just, energy healing of the chakras. It's business related. So it probably gives them more confidence, right?
Absolutely.
And
forget, we've got the physical aspect, you've got the emotional, the mental, the intuitive, the spiritual connection. And what system do you know that will check in on those 5 dimensions of your little bubble around you to find out where there's a block? And how fast can you do that? And here we're working with 5 layers of the energy field in just seconds.
True. And that's because the vibration travels faster.
It's sound.
Yeah, it's sound.
It's sound you can't hear, but it's sound the body can feel.
Exactly. It's just like that calm lake. Sometimes silence is golden, you know what I mean? And that is a sound. So, or a bird that's singing. It's interesting. I was running, and I did a live, and I said I was walking, but I was running, maybe because I was so calm at the time. But I decided to tune into sound. And this is way before the show came up. And all of a sudden, it's like that intention of tuning into sound. It was the first day that traffic was very light when I ran, because I run in my community. And I was able to listen to everything that was going on. And I was able to visually tune into things as well. I was running by somebody, their dog was really happy and made me giggle because they were so happy. A bird was chirping, and it made me, it's a sweetness of the light chirp that was like, well, this is really nice. And then, rustling of leaves is a sound, but just a feeling of the breeze. was, so rewarding.
You were tapping into the 7 senses of the energy systems, and by opening up just the ears, and you started opening up your heart, which was the feeling part. You opened your eyes. You probably saw different light and colors. So you're opening up your brow chakra. You probably had, you said you saw the dog and you giggled. So you've got new thought forms that's happening. So you're completely entranced in opening up all your senses to shift the vibration of your own self.
Yes, and it was wonderful because it really granted a lot of peace in what was going on currently in Southern California.
Well, it got rid of
Anyway, but that's the whole point, is you need to shift, and you need to find a way to shift, and just tuning into things helps. So that's what my experience. Now, we briefly talked about who this program's for. Obviously, business and corporate professionals, and it can be for, let's say, the home. It could be for moms who take tests, who may be homeschooling their kiddos, because that's kind of like a little classroom.
Yeah, absolutely. And the kids they're way more tuned in. They know exactly. We've played with this before. We'll just bring the essences into a classroom and without any instruction and the curiosity, and they just tune into the exact remedy that it is that they need. And the teachers are noticing a shift.
Well, kids are that way. They're more open-minded. As we get older, we get kind of like stuck in our little feelings about things, and we overthink and analyze things. I noticed that with my son, that he's now 22 years old. He's overthinking things, and he just needs to let go. But music. He is studying aerospace engineering and also music performance. And music is what really calms him down, and obviously helped him with all his mathematical and science and all that other stuff, because my goodness, he's a little brainiac. I gotta tell you that much. Now, Denise, do you have any other input that you want to say?
Well, when you were mentioning, like, who is the Business Codebreaker system for, I'll just mention that there's several ways to work with us, and we'll talk about how later. But usually the introduction is to come to one of our master classes, which is an hour a day over 3 days, or to a super workshop where you just immerse yourself for a whole 3 hours at once. And you can just have that experience to find out what it's about.
Exactly.
There's also, to extend that experience, we have what we call a sandbox community. So lots of people have community groups, and we've called ours the Sandbox because we want to provide, and we do provide, a soft, safe, playful space to experiment. And we train facilitators. So for people who might want to have an additional service, and once they experience how this works and how it feels for them and how easy it is to run the system, and we train everybody. It's just basic muscle testing and being in your heart and wanting to serve. We teach how to ask questions to get things refined. And it just takes somebody that's going, I want to know how to do this. So they can come to a class, they can come to the Sandbox, they can become trained facilitators, and then they can practice on one another at the Sandbox as well. Besides that, so it's anybody that's interested in energy healing and putting a direction on it of business. So they don't already have to be an energy healer. That's where we launched. We were approaching people who were already comfortable with all these words like meridians and chakras. You don't have to have any understanding of it at all to have the experience and offer the experience. And by attending the classes with Evelyn, she has tons of resource material. She's got books that go out with her shipments. If you really want to get into it, she's got the encyclopedia. She's recognized as having built an incredible encyclopedia for I'll stop there. She's
No,
just,
that's okay.
she's a wizard on so many levels. And then there's the one-on-one, that if people want to have an experience one-on-one, not a small group, not in a big masterclass, we offer that too. So I just wanted to add that piece to it for people who are going, what is going on with this conversation right now? And how can I get in on it? And can I put my hand up and say, I want to be there? Is yes, come and see if it's your cup of tea. And if it is, welcome, there's more.
Yes. And now let's go to your offer, because you kind of just segued right into it. So you have a master class or a super class, and you have an offer for that?
Yes, I do. Evelyn and I are running 2 more classes in the near future. The next one is going to be a super workshop, 3 hours on August the 19th. It's a Tuesday. And then we are going to be towards the end of September, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, 1 hour a day. You get the same content. It just depends on whether you prefer to stretch it out over 3 days or take it all in one. And I love that you've put the links up there, the coupon code. It's a very small price to attend to begin with. The value is immense. Like, just ask Helga, who's over the moon with joy with how her she's promoting classes in a remote part of Canada, and she's getting, the phone is ringing for people that want to come and train with her there, which she felt really limited and stuck before. So she can't be, she for the price she invested to come to the class, we just ask for a small price so that your energy is there, that you will show up. That's it. We look forward to supporting anybody that attends, answering their questions and giving them experiences. It's not a big talk show. It is experience after experience.
And it really is. And these are just wonderful offers. So you get 50% off. Use this link, which is bit.ly business code breaker on the workshop or master classes. And the coupon code is Debi, D-E-B-I, of course, with a capital D, 5050 as one word. And then the Sandbox community, you would go to https://businesscodebreaker.ca/community_sandbox. And then you would use the coupon code sandbox as one word in capitals. So these are wonderful offers. I have experienced one of the workshops, and they are not that expensive. So, give it a go and see what you will experience. So I want to thank the two of you for being on my show. And would you like to be a guest again?
I said, can we?
Yeah, you may.
Yeah, lots of fun.
You're able to, and you may. So it'll be sometime in the future. So thank you for being here. Please stick around for closing remarks. I just have to get through some materials, and we'll meet again at the end of the show. Okay? Now, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I do help you with your gut mindset. I have things to help you support your brain, cardiovascular system, blood sugar, immunity, you name it. I guide you to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrient products that reduce symptoms. And and so what it is it's going to help you release your symptoms. You'll feel better, as well as it'll uplift your mood. With my mindset coaching, I help you release your stress and emotions, as well as you'll be reshaping your core beliefs when you start believing. Okay, so pretty much that's a mind-body connection that makes your heart and soul sing. So ask me about my programs. Set up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives, DEBICHANGES LIV as in victory ES.com /Linktree, LINKTRE. And there I get to know you, you get to know me, and I'll guide you to your optimum health and mindset. And it starts with 1 to 2 assessments. The health evaluation is actually complementary, where you rate your symptoms in 4 categories of health. Some questions overlap in different categories. Answer them all. You will get a baseline score. I review it with you. When you move forward with my services, I'll create that custom natural holistic strategy for you. And we will review this health evaluation on a monthly basis to see your progress. I also have 2 different Zyto body scans, and I prefer to do Zyto's Vizira link because I can do it remotely and internationally, and I sent a few to South Africa and also Australia. Vizira link is a transdermal optical imaging app that I send a link to your phone. You scan your face for 30 seconds. It's only looking at blood flow for components of energetic, functional, and emotional in different body systems and lifestyles. That emotional one is such a hidden gem. And it creates a wellness report, not a diagnosis, of biomarkers out of range and products and services that bring it back into range. And I review it with you. It's quite intensive, so it does cost $75. But if you move forward with a program or product, I give you a $25 discount on one of them. I also offer a package of 5, a family pack, where you save $50. Now, that Vizira link, which is a transdermal optical imaging app, also known as TOI, it's quite accurate, and you can look it up at pubmed.gov for its accuracy. And when people do this scan, they're really amazed what their body tells them, and you'll be too. Curious? You can either set up a consultation to ask me questions or just do the scan and see what people are talking about. And also on this site are my programs. Take Your Body Back is a 12-week weight release mindset coaching program where you can utilize a new version of you for your success. All coaching is done on Zoom, and the first one's private to you because I go over your health analysis, as well as I give you a choice between 2 meal plans, instructions on one, and directions how to create that new version of you in an avatar board that will drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight transformational goals. As well as you will succeed in your journey. Now, with my group and private coaching, it's the same. We'll be celebrating your wins, and I'll be guiding over gaps with health and mindset tips. And I also will be answering your questions, and you'll be utilizing your boards. Now, you will become a new you. Ask me questions at the consultation. You can also watch my previous episode, Holistic Self-Love, more information, which is on the show button. Now, with YFAST, it's an intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming and in turn boosts your metabolism with rich, dense nutrition, high-quality essential nutrients, and a program of exercise and recipes. Here you ask me questions if you have them, and you can also, if you need some coaching, there's a 2 or 4 week program to get you started, and you can pay as you go along. You can also use these smaller programs for mindset enhancement as well as health optimization, but truly those are longer term journeys. You may be saving money on a larger program, or I can create a custom program for you. For a limited time, I'm offering Debi's coaching chats, which is a 30-minute complimentary coaching and intimate group setting. A survey picks of topics, and there's several of those topics on there: optimizing health, releasing weight, balancing your hormones, you name it, creating an avatar board. These meetings are on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and you go to Debi Changes Lives, that's DebiChangesLives, as in Victory, ES.com/chats. Finally, learn more about alternative health services, programs, products, upcoming shows, events, and promos, and articles and blogs by subscribing to my newsletter at DebiChangesLives.com/radio TV show, all in one word. And I give you a gift, a 30-day health and mindset daily action journal where you can record your gratitude, feelings, and emotions, food, water, supplements, exercise that you do on a daily basis, even track your measurements. And then you want to review it on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, see your wins, and find your gaps. If you need help bridging the gap, contact me for coaching. This journal is a great health and mindset awareness tool. I'm certain that you enjoyed this show, found it enlightening and educational. Reach out to me for my services, programs, and offers, and reach out to Denise and Evelyn for their service and offers. Do we have time to bring them back? Hi, Evelyn, you're back.
Hello, hello.
Now,
Thank you.
is there anything else you want to mention?
Oh, just you were talking. The both of you were talking about the joining the master class, and I was sitting here waiting for you to say the price, and I was wondering if your audience was too. We charge $37, and you're getting 50% off. So I'm thinking that's not that big of an investment to come have a play with us and learn a little bit about the vibration, how intention plus vibration can shoot you into manifestation.
And that's Canadian, right? Or is it US?
Yeah, Canadian.
Right.
Value for us.
Very good value.
And I do it, several times a year. So, if these dates don't work for the summer, it goes to the September one. So it's really a valuable program. It opened up, a channel for me, and I've really enjoyed it. So, Denise, do you have anything else to say?
I do. When you write a goal down on paper, that's 2D, 2 dimensions. We don't live in a 2-dimensional world, and your goals don't belong there either.
True. So thank you for the two of you. Continue to enjoy my radio and TV show on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.